The sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over Tower Bridge as Samuel prepared for another day as the bridge keeper. The monumental structure loomed above him, its majestic arches framing the ever-changing tapestry of the Thames below. Samuel's boat gently bobbed against the current, a trusted vessel that bore witness to a lifetime of quiet reflections and untold stories. The rhythmic sounds of water lapping against the hull melded with the distant chatter of city life, creating a symphony that soothed his weathered soul. As he cast his nets into the depths, Samuel inhaled the salty air, feeling the pulse of the river beneath him. It was a world he understood intimately, one of gentle currents and hidden treasures. Each day, he felt the draw of the Thames, not just as a fisherman but as a guardian of its secrets, waiting patiently to share its stories with those willing to listen. Samuel's day began at dawn, the soft light filtering through the fog that clung to the Thames. He cast a practiced eye over his small fishing boat, ensuring every net and line was in place, each knot tied with the care of years spent on the river. For him, the Thames was more than a source of sustenance. It was a lifeblood flowing through London, linking its history and its people. As he navigated through the gentle waves, memories stirred, stories shared with locals at the market, laughter echoing over the clinking of metal against wood, the camaraderie of fishermen bonding over tales of the one that got away. He recalled how the river had sustained families for generations, an unyielding provider that shaped their lives. From those who navigated its waters long before concrete met the sky, to the modern souls like him, Samuel felt a profound kinship with their legacy. The rhythm of the Thames hummed beneath him, offering a silent promise that each cast would weave another thread into the tapestry of his life. As Samuel cast his nets under the vast expanse of Tower Bridge, he felt the rise and fall of the river's moods, each tide whispering secrets only he could hear. The gray skies mirrored the color of the water, heavy with the weight of rain yet to fall. Each ripple seemed to pulse with life and memory, as if the Thames itself was breathing, alive and aware of his presence. He often thought of how the river had changed, the bustling trade routes of yesteryears now replaced by leisurely boat rides and tourist chatter. Yet beneath the surface, the rich tapestry of history remained woven into every current. In quiet moments, he felt the echoes of generations, fishermen like himself who had listened to the river's age-old tales. The stories, both joyous and sorrowful, floated through his mind, intertwining with the sounds of seagulls overhead and the distant murmur of city life, reminding him that every catch held more than just fish. It held fragments of lives once lived beneath the bridge. Samuel leaned against the edge of his weathered boat, the gentle lapping of the Thames beneath him, weaving a familiar melody. The river, he mused, was more than just a body of water. It was a storyteller, whispering echoes of the past. He recalled the fishermen of yore, their hands worn from toil, weaving tales of both fortune and folly. Beneath the bridge, where the currents met hidden depths, there were stories of lost souls, lovers who had sought refuge in the water's embrace, and sailors whose dreams had turned to shadows amidst the tides. As seagulls screeched overhead, Samuel could hear their voices mingling with wind's sighs, each sound a thread in the tapestry of London's history. The Thames cradled the weight of dreams and regrets, a keeper of secrets that demanded respect. In that moment, Samuel felt the pull of history, a reminder of how every ripple carried a piece of someone's story, longing to be told. As Samuel prepared to cast his net once more, the familiar sounds of the Thames wrapped around him like a comforting embrace. However, this morning felt different. A subtle shift in the water's rhythm tugged at his intuition, urging him to pay closer attention. The usual gentle lapping transformed into a bubbling murmur, almost as though the river were whispering secrets of its depths. Samuel paused, feeling an extraordinary pull resonating beneath the surface, an unseen current beckoning him. He squinted down into the shimmering waters, mesmerized by peculiar shapes dancing just out of reach, illuminated by mysterious bursts of light that flickered like fireflies in the gloom. The air was thick with anticipation, and he felt a stitch of tension weave itself into the fabric of the moment. Was it just the tide playing tricks on him, or was the river truly alive, waiting to unveil the mysteries that lay hidden beneath its veneer? Samuel leaned over the side of his boat, entranced by the shimmering depths of the Thames. As the sun dipped lower, the water transformed into a canvas of swirling blues and golds. With each gentle wave that lapped against the hull, a strange, pulsating light flickered beneath the surface, enticing his gaze. It was as if the river was alive, holding secrets just out of reach, inviting him to draw closer. Bubbles danced upwards, whispering soft songs that seemed to echo the heartbeats of those who had come before him. His thoughts drifted to the legends he had heard, stories of ancient spirits that inhabited these waters. The line between reality and myth began to blur as Samuel cast his net once more, feeling a thrill course through him. With each tug of the rope, it was as if the Thames was sharing its hidden wonders, urging him to uncover the mysteries that awaited him below. Samuel leaned over the edge of his small boat, entranced by the world beneath the surface. The river pulsed like a living creature, its depths whispering secrets known only to those who dared to listen. As he drifted with the gentle current, he felt an echo of belonging, a profound connection that entwined his life with the ancient heart of the Thames. Every ripple seemed to speak of laughter shared, tears shed, and dreams abandoned. He closed his eyes, breathing in the scent of brackish water mixed with the city's vibrancy, and allowed the soundscape to wash over him. The distant clattering of boats, the soft chatter of onlookers above, and the rhythmic lap of water against the hull. The river beckoned, an eternal companion inviting him to explore its mysteries. In that moment, surrounded by fleeting echoes of lives long past, he felt the weight of his own story intertwine with the countless others that flowed through the currents. Samuel's heart raced as he felt the net tugging with a force he had never experienced before. It was unlike the familiar dance of fish. This was insistent, demanding. The world around him fell silent, the usual sounds of the Thames fading into a tense hush. With a sudden heave, he pulled the net from the water, adrenaline coursing through him as he braced for what lay within. As the net broke the surface, shimmering scales became visible, but so too did something out of place, a beautifully ornate locket glistening with remnants of the river's embrace. He lifted it gently, its intricacy captivating under the pale light. Instinctively, he felt a connection to this lost object, a fragment of time dredged from the depths. Questions swirled in his mind. Who had it belonged to? What stories did it hold? In that moment, the air crackled with energy, and Samuel knew he had touched upon the river's secrets. As Samuel held the locket in his weathered hands, a rush of wind swirled around him, carrying echoes of voices long silenced. The ambient sounds of the Thames shifted, a gentle ripple morphing into a melodic whisper that filled the air. It was as if the river itself was sharing fragmented stories, weaving together the lives entwined with the gold-plated artifact. Images flooded his mind, a lost love waiting on the bank, dreams whispered beneath the stars, and tragedy sending ripples through the hearts of those who had ventured too close. The locket pulsed with history, each breath of wind unveiling another layer of sorrow and hope. Samuel could almost hear the laughter, the tears, the promises made amidst the backdrop of Tower Bridge. The realization struck him. This small object was a vessel, connecting him not just to the river, but to the lives of generations that had sought solace within its depths. With awe, he pondered the life stories still waiting to be unearthed. Samuel held the locket delicately in his weathered hands, the weight of its history pressing against his soul like the tide against the shore. It shimmered faintly in the soft light of dawn, awakening questions that had slumbered within him for far too long. Should he claim this piece of the past, thrusting himself into a narrative that wasn't solely his? Or was it a call to relinquish control, to let its stories breathe freely within the depths of the Thames? The river whispered around him, a gentle but insistent current of voices urging him to contemplate the nature of ownership. Was it truly his to keep, or merely a borrowed moment in time? The locket radiated an undeniable connection to lives long lost, each gleam echoing their laughter and sorrows, their love and longing. Samuel closed his eyes, allowing the river's song to weave through his thoughts, bridging his heart with a history long woven into the tapestries of time. The river's murmurs grew louder, a symphony of rushing water urging Samuel toward an inevitable decision. With the locket cradled in his weathered hands, He could feel the pulse of the Thames resonating with his own heartbeat, a vibration that spoke of lives intertwined with the currents, souls longing to be remembered. Each whisper in the wind felt like a gentle push, reminding him of the countless stories buried within the riverbed, tales of love, loss, and redemption echoing through time. The haze of nostalgia surrounded him as he thought of the fishermen of yore who had given voice to the water's secrets. In that moment, Samuel recognized the profound responsibility he bore, a duty to honor the past while contemplating his own legacy. The river beckoned him, wrapping around his thoughts like a warm embrace, urging him to release the weight of the locket, and in doing so, free the tales it carried. Samuel sat in his small boat, the locket cradled in his palm, feeling the cool metal pulse with unspoken stories. As waves gently rocked him, he pondered the lives intertwined with this delicate piece of history, the love found and lost, the laughter shared beneath the bridge, and the whispers of regret that had echoed through time. The river, alive with its own rhythm, seemed to beckon him closer, urging him to honor the memories of those who had come before. Every fisherman like him was a guardian of tales, weaving a tapestry of human experience marked by hope and heartache. Samuel understood now that to hold on to the locket would mean to deny its rightful place in the story of the Thames. The water lapped eagerly at his boat, cradling lost dreams within its depths, and he felt a profound sense of duty rise within him. He was ready to embrace the past and let it flow anew, releasing the bonds that had tied it to him. Samuel held the locket in his trembling hands, feeling the cool metal warm against his skin as he contemplated its history. Memories flooded back, fragments of laughter and whispered secrets, stories that belonged not just to him but to countless souls intertwined with the Thames. The river's whispers grew louder, a symphony urging him toward restitution. With one last glance at the trinket that had captivated his heart, Samuel felt an overwhelming peace wash over him. He understood now that his role as a keeper of stories was not about possession, but about honoring the past. In a gentle motion, he lowered the locket into the murky waters, watching it disappear into the depths. The river responded, thrumming harmoniously as if acknowledging his sacrifice. In that moment, Samuel felt a profound connection, a harmony restored between himself and the river. Letting go was not an end. It was a new beginning, both for him and for the tales woven beneath the surface.